My name's Sarah Parks. I'm one of the Senior Academic Support Tutors and Tutor for Transition. I use my Newman for a variety of things like accessing webmail, but one of the key things that I use it for is on the staff tab you can go to module diet lookup, for example, is one thing where I can type in a particular programme and then it will bring up all the different modules that are part of that particular level. And also what semester they're delivered in. So when we get students asking us for advice, that's what we use. The other thing that's quite useful I find on My Newman is the Look Up Student tab, where we can get quite detailed information of a student's transcript. So we can look at whether an assignment's been passed, whether it's got a resit, and actually, you know, whether the student's got the right amount of credits. That comes in really useful when we're advising students.
Harriet, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us how you use My Newman?
Certainly. My name's Harriet Richmond and I'm the work placement tutor for undergraduate programmes. I use My Newman for all sorts of things. Probably the main thing I use it for is for looking up student profiles. So if a student comes to me with a question about resits, retakes, that's always the first place I go to. I also use it for looking up things like disability and inclusion information. So each year I check on my modules and I look at those students that might need things in a different format or just things that I need to be aware of, really. Other things I use it for, particularly when I'm away from campus, I use it to access my Newman webmail and all of those kinds of functions. It's really useful for that. That's about it, really.
Thank you.
I use SharePoint for all sorts of things. I use it for everyday stuff like looking up contact details of colleagues when I need to ring them. I use it for trying to find the university logos if I'm doing PowerPoints outside of Newman. I use it for checking our application figures, which is really important. So as soon as the email comes out, I go and have a look at those. Other things that I use it for are less really the kind of department areas. I think maybe that's an area that I could use more. But those are the main things that I use it for.
Okay, thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Nicola Chater. I work in the School of Human Sciences School Office, Work Placements Administrator, and we support other subject areas. I use the Moodle pages for the subject areas to look up updates if there's any queries from students, also upload minutes onto them. And SharePoint I generally use to look up the important dates and calendar dates for the university. And that's
Do you use SharePoint for anything else?
Not generally. Sometimes maybe to look up the staff directory to find out, you know, where they are and what number they're on, but that's generally all I do on SharePoint on a day-to-day basis.
Thank you. What about My Newman?
My Newman I use a lot. My Newman I go in nearly every day, usually to look up students to see what programme they're doing or what their timetable is. I look up my own timetable. Look up modules, who's the lead tutor on the modules, things like that. That's what I use My Newman for generally throughout the day. But that's an every daily thing I do.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Nicola, what about the website, the external facing website?
Yes, I use that a lot. I generally go in there to look up details for if there's any calls from students for when open days are or different courses that are available. I generally do go through the Newman website page more so than finding out through SharePoint.